Well,
right.
I think what he was saying is something that we've all been saying, and that's something that, I mean, as offensive as Donald Trump is to black men, it's very hard for a black man to understand why would someone vote for.
Right.
Right? It's racist actions, it's racist words, it's racist policies.
You must be out of your damn mind.
You guys, Wendell Pierce was on CNN. So he talked to Obama, basically. And they were talking about the black male vote. And Coleman Hughes was on there as well. Y'all, when I tell you that the boomer generation and part of our generation, X generation, just is not getting the memo. And it's really, it's really quite annoying. But anyways, let's just watch this so you can see what I'm talking about here on Hello Love, a few minutes.
I've known the president for years now, and a mutual contact, said that he wanted to speak. I wanted to speak to him. I didn't offer it as a criticism. For me, it was nothing more than strategists in a room saying, hey, what is the best messaging for black men? I have focused the past 6 weeks of going around the country with a barbershop campaign, right? Going to barbershops to talk to black men, since I heard this every election cycle, they always say that black men are siphoned off. And I found the most effective way to communicate to the men in those gatherings was saying, what do you want? Vote for what you want. Declare what your values are, and then go out and make the choice on that. Don't consider my candidate or the other candidate. Vote for what you want. And I found it to be effective. What they would say is, what are you doing here? This is the first time someone came and asked that of me. And so I was saying, simply, that's not the way to get to folks. What I've experienced in the past 6 weeks is the facts. Folks want to see, what have you delivered?
Did he acknowledge that it was not delivered the right way?
We actually didn't get into which was better or if it was criticism. It was saying that we were on the same page. We just wanted to clear it. We wanted to make sure that we were on the same page and that we wanted to reach out to folks. And I think it's just a matter of messaging, one way or the other, and that the focus shouldn't be on the criticism or what is perceived as criticism.
It's just so hard for these people to just kind of stand up to someone like a Barack Obama. Yeah. And just say, hey, man, the way you just talked to those black men, yeah, that was pretty bad. You're going to get some heat for that.
Or what is perceived as the right way or the wrong way to get to black men is the first thing is to approach and engage black men, accept the challenge, and get out the vote.
I mean, Coleman, we had you on last week when this happened. You were critical of it then. Yeah. And you probably believe, I assume, that there is some movement toward the right among black men.
I mean, we've been talking about that not only on this show, on other shows on this network for over a year. Pew has been studying this issue. There is a clear trend among black men towards the Republican Party and away from Democrats. It's not just about Trump or Biden or Kamala. It's about a party effect. And the question is, why is that? I think it's even bigger than black men. I think it's men in general. I think there's something about the Democratic Party that is
significant. It's insignificant. We've had the same conversation going all the way back.
No, actually, it's really a phenomenon of.
And the fact is, in this election,
past 8 years,
give me any candidate who wouldn't want 85% of any demographics vote.
Trump actually got more of the black.
Wendell is not wanting to hear what Coleman is saying. Just like when Coleman was talking to Charles Barkley and what's her Gayle King. Remember that whole? We did a video on that. Coleman has been saying this, and he's saying it again. And Wendell doesn't want to listen to him. He's saying to him, men are leaving the Democratic Party because on the Republican side, you can be a man. You're allowed to be a man. It's okay. You're not mansplaining over there. Okay? You're not misogynistic.
And this overly, it's like we were saying before, this overly sort of pandering to this Democratic Party, pandering to women all of the time, and only uplifting men when they're gay. I mean, after a while, most men are straight in this country. Most men are just men. They do men things. They feel men ways. They don't really want to sit around trying to be told and people wagging their finger in the face, telling them that they need to submit to a woman. Or you're not a real man if you can't vote for a woman.
Right.
And all of this girl boss stuff. We're all supposed to believe all women. You know what I mean? Abortion. You don't have a right to tell a woman what to do with her body.
Yeah.
After a while, it's going to turn off men. And the Democratic Party trying to be this sort of party of no standards, because they have none. That's another problem, is that the Democratic Party really has no standards. Anything goes in the party. And I'm sorry, I think that most people, we have boundaries, and we have, there's things that you can, deal breakers. At some point, men are going to be like, I'm sorry, I don't believe a woman should be president.
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, even Megyn Kelly. Look, I like Megyn Kelly, but even when she was on Jason Whitlock told her when she was on the show that she wasn't going to vote for Kamala.
Yes.
And then Megyn Kelly says, "Well, why? Is it just because she's a woman or because of her ideas?" And he said, "I'm not voting for a woman." And she kind of didn't like that. And I just thought to myself, well, I'm sorry, but there are men who just do not want a woman to be president. And that's okay. Of course, when men don't want to be, you know what I mean?
Normal.
Men are supposed to be leaders.
Up until about 5 minutes ago, that was normal. To be a man, to be a leader and have that kind of mentality. It doesn't mean he hates women or thinks women are dumb. It just means that it's not natural. We talked about this last week. It's just not natural.
It's not a natural thing.
It's not a natural thing for men to follow women. Anyways, Coleman is trying to once again explain that, look, dude, Coleman said it. It's a phenomenon.
Right.
To see this many, and so we're specifically talking about black men right now, there has never been in the history of the Republican Party when this many black people, more important, black men, have moved over to the right. And I'm not talking about people who are just saying they're going to be voting for Trump or going over to the right. I'm saying they have registered Republican.
Right.
Black people, men, have registered Republican. And so the numbers are shifting in the wrong direction. And so the fact that Wendell doesn't want him to say it, he's cutting him off because he doesn't want him to say it. And he doesn't want us to hear what Coleman is saying.
2020 than
No, he actually got 3 points. You're actually right. He got 3 more points. He got 3 more points.
You also think it's not as significant.
He's diminishing that 3 points. Still not understanding that Coleman's saying is going in I don't care if it's 1 point. It's going in the wrong direction for you Democrats. No points should be going over there on the right. So anything that's trending over there means that you guys are doing something wrong.
Right.
And it's only 3 points. It's only 3.
Again, the Democrats have nothing carved out for men except for support women.
Yes, that's it.
That's it. And back when we did a show a long time ago about the Black Panther Party and the fact that Huey Newton, they had an open letter saying that they were going to support the women's movement and the gay movement. And the reason for that is because we are only 13% of the population.
We're not
going to win this.
We need more groups.
Right. And this is the reason why the gay and lesbian community add the acronyms, because you can't just win with gay and lesbian. You have to add transgender, two spirits. Yeah. That's why they do that. They add people because they realize that you're a minority group. The majority of the group, because we're a democracy, is going to vote. The votes are going to go to the majority of people. So black people ended up in the 60s, started to be a part of the women's movement. And so I'm assuming that why he's not doing that is because if these black men like Wendell start to Van Jones, if they start thinking like Coleman and start saying, well, look, we've gone too far over, now they're going to make the women mad. Right. And the Democratic Party could then lose women because of that.
Yeah. We got a lot of crap too for that Black Panther video we did. We got a lot of crap for that video. Yeah. And the thing is that people are like, oh my God, when you show me where it says that.
Okay, here, I'll show you.
You guys, see, this is the problem. When you do not do
your history,
light research. Look, this is light research. I'm not talking about deep research. The Black Panther Party put out an open letter.
Yeah.
talking about they're going to start incorporating more groups, the women's group, women's movement thing, and the LGBT was what's called now LGBT, but the gay rights activist groups. And in the letter, it says that you're going to have to put your feelings aside for how you feel. If you don't believe in the gay movement, put that feeling aside because we need power in numbers, basically. So it's an open letter. You guys can see it. But anyways, we got a lot of crap for that. And I just feel like this is exactly what happens now, is that they're just trying to find little groups and then just power in numbers, and not understanding it's a bigger problem. And I don't think the Wendells of the world are understanding that you need to open your eyes and stop trying to pretend this is not happening.
Men with normal testosterone levels are not going to vote for a woman like this. They're not going to sit here and support girl bosses all day. They're not doing that. Yeah. And women with normal estrogen levels know that.
Yeah, it's true.
I know that. I don't even want to see a man not lead.
Right.
What kind of woman wants a man that doesn't lead?
Gross.
Well, I mean, gross. You get what, Tim Walz? I mean, come on. This guy, Wendell. I mean, this is just disgusting. Like, what woman? And see, the only time women like men like that is when they're trying to girl boss their way to the top of some CEO business. But as soon as it's time to date and get married, they don't want those men no more.
No.
You know what I mean? They just want those men to be able to help them up the corporate ladder. Right. And then as soon as they're done with them, they're done with them.
The trend line is not 3 points.
Exactly. Burying your head in the sand isn't going to fix it.
I know, and that's why we're going around messaging to people.
Right, but I think the problem Obama
black men sexist
I think the problem Obama had, and I even reacted to it when he did it, and I've been on the other side of when Obama does that. It's the sort of lectury chiding Obama without treating them in a respectful manner. I didn't find that a respectful way to treat anybody, and immediately really pushing hard on identity politics over what do you want as a person, as a not just a man, as a person in American society. And I think there's a part of Obama that is the hope person, and then there's that. And I don't think that's an effective way. I think you're 100% right.
Well, I think what he was saying is something that we've all been saying, and that's something that, I mean, as offensive as Donald Trump is to black men, it's very hard for a black man to understand why would someone vote for.
Right.
It's racist actions, it's racist words, it's racist policies.
What is
And do you see, I mean,
Trump is not racist to black people.
You cannot just call people names when things don't go your way. This is total delusion. Total delusion these people are in. They don't understand that the pendulum is swinging another way. At some point, you are going to have to face just facts.
Trump. Here we go. Trump is racist.
Trump,
here we go.
He's racist. He's sexist. He's racist. Okay, you're delusional. You're losing black votes.
And you're still talking about that?
They don't think he's racist.
And so that was the thing that's in the front. And so what I said was reactionary. I said, yeah, the president shouldn't speak to them that way. Because I have found that something is more effective.
Right.
It was seen as criticism, and that's valid. I don't think that's as much an issue as the point of making sure that we continue to talk to them and get them out to the polls. And the trend that you're talking about it will not be that significant.
It's on the margins.
It's on the margins, and those 2 or 3 points may add up to something, and that's why we're engaging black men. That's why the vice president has put out a platform to answer some of those challenges.
Just a key question, actually, because I wanted to ask you the policies in that. I mean, effectively, she said, I'm going to give you marijuana, I'm going to give you crypto, and I'm going to give you unconstitutional government bribes. If a white Republican politician had done that, we would be in 24/7.
That is
a real disservice to an actual substantive policy platform.
To me, it was completely
pandering. Scott. Okay, young people, regardless of their race, they want to hear about crypto. They want to hear about marijuana.
It was for black men. It was stated
decriminalization.
Yeah, it was stated because black men.
For black people only, though. And see what they're, again, total delusion. And what she's sitting here doing is trying to say that, oh, well, all young people wanted to talk about weed and crypto and all. Like, no, she didn't talk about all. They weren't talking about all young people. She was specifically trying to talk to black men.
Yeah, it's called the Black Agenda or something. It's called something Black Men Agenda or something.
Yeah.
I forgot what she named it.
And, you know, it's just like, if anybody did that, I mean, that's bribery. I mean, she's talking about giving loans that are forgiven.
But also,
if it's a loan, you got to pay it back. So if you're not forgiving, that means you're bribing black men to vote for you.
She also thinks that black men are a bunch of weed heads. And that's all. That's perception. Yeah. I'm just saying it's the perception. So that's what you guys are going to latch on to. Ooh, weed. Let's vote for Kamala now. She's gonna give us some free. Oh my God,
these people, they're just hypocrites.
They're so stupid.
They're such hypocrites.
And shout out to Scott Jennings though. Right. This dude holds it down every time. Being the one Republican analyst up there, and he's always killing it. He's always embarrassing the hell out of them.
That's what are you gonna do for me? Hold on, Scott.
The idea that those are just black men is, I think, not true.
It's not loans for black men. It's loans for anyone. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. She was telling you this will be effective for you too.
For you also.
That I had already put out a week ago, actually a month ago, that these entrepreneurial loans will be beneficial to you. Just like I tell black folks, it is a black policy. Social Security is a black policy. Medicare is a black policy. It is effective and it impacts your community as much as anyone else's community. Right, so everyone. It is not identity politics. It's actually American politics.
The mental gymnastics that they have to do to make her look like a normal person. The truth is that she put that out for black people. You saw the agenda. It said for black men.
Yeah.
So the fact that other people could do it was not her point. Her point was she was talking to black men. She's bribing black men. And they know that because if Trump did something like that for white men, regardless if black men could do it too, but he said for white men.
I mean, look.
You don't think that they would be calling this man racist 24/7?
Right. Oh, Scott's completely right with that. The fact that Wendell and people like him can't just say, it was poorly worded. The truth is that black men have left so fast. Like I said before, it's almost unprecedented. Coleman just said it is a phenomenon.
And men are sick of this. I mean, feminism.
He's so I'm sorry, but he's so what's the word? Far removed, delusional, and on purpose. It's on purpose. He's being stupid on purpose because he's trying to redirect the brains of black people to think this isn't really happening. Mm-hmm. This isn't really happening, by the way. Okay, there's no phenomenon going on. So there is a phenomenon, and Coleman once again is trying to say, look, this is a problem for you guys. Men, young men specifically, do not want to feel like less than a man. They feel that on this side, the right is just making them feel like a man. And if people can't come to that, you can't have that and then run a campaign where we're talking about tampon Tim. How?
I mean, you can't load a gun, but he went to the military. I mean, a guy who has tampons in the bathroom. It's just in the men's restroom. It's just this guy is. There's nothing masculine or alpha male about him at all. Why she picked him, I don't know.
I don't either.
Oh, and the funny thing is that they know they're losing.
Yeah.
They know they're losing what worked for them.
I wish I could get
They're losing women. Mm-hmm. They're going to start losing women, by the way. I'm just saying. They're going to start losing women because where men go, women will follow.
Most of those educated women are the ones that are those
Mm-hmm. This is why women don't go to the why women don't go watch the WNBA. Right. They go to the NBA. Because men are at the NBA.
Right.
And if they start seeing men in the Republican Party, they will go there too. You know why? Yeah. Because women on a natural level follow men.
Right. Yeah, the left isn't they're not taking it seriously enough. Mm-hmm. They're not understanding how, why their party is dying. So this is another delusional CNN panel. It's like they're not listening.
No, they don't want to believe it.
Yeah, Coleman didn't say that. And hear Coleman say that.
Again, the mainstream media is on its way out because of stupid stuff like this. They're out of touch.
Yeah,
They are part of a what they call the managerial class.
Yep.
And they are all around each other. Mm-hmm. They are not in the real world, which is why the McDonald's thing with Donald Trump was important, because he's around normal people, not just walking around shaking hands. He's actually talking to them about the job, how long you've been there, what you've been doing. You know what I mean?
And they're comfortable with him too. It's not just that he's comfortable; they're comfortable.
Even when he does his rallies, he doesn't just sit there and talk about stump speeches. He actually jokes around and acts like a guy would act.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like he's more personable. Yeah. You know, something Barack Obama actually had, which is the reason why he won.
Yeah.
He's personable. He's funny.
Yeah.
He has a sort of way about him that's charismatic. Bill Clinton had it. This is why he could cheat on his wife and still be in office. You know what I mean? George Bush had it too. You know what I mean? But Hillary Clinton just didn't have it. And she even admitted it. Mm-hmm. She said, I don't have what my husband had and Barack Obama had. I don't have that kind of charismatic attitude. Well, neither does Kamala Harris. It's just not a thing.
And so beyond their policies, which are none, her policies, there are none that make any sense at all. It's just a continuation of Biden, if not worse. That's what you get there. If you don't have any policies, you need to have some personality. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have to be able to kind of like pull the wool over people's eyes another way. Yeah. And the way to do that is with personality. You know, it's just so happened that Trump has both. He has policy and personality, and know-how, and we've seen it already for 4 years. So, I mean, it doesn't, I don't know who's advising her, but having these celebrities like Wendell come out here and try to help the situation that Barack Obama really damaged last week with his big talking against black men, like it didn't help. And then him doubling down on it. He didn't even come on here and say, hey, you know, when Barack Obama talked to me about this whole speech that he gave to black men that day, you know, I told them like it didn't go well because black men don't want to be talked to like that. He didn't say that. He did not say that to Obama. What he said was, okay, yeah. But the funny thing is, again, the delusion. The party is not. They're head in the sand. They are not paying attention to where they're going wrong. They're trying to do more of the same, and they're making it worse this time. This might be the worst ever, actually.
You know, in every part of your life, there, you know, in everybody's life, there's a point in your life where you have to just take the L.
Yeah, right.
And they don't know when to take the L.
Right.
They don't realize, like Coleman, here you've got a young man right here. I think Coleman's independent?
Yeah.
So here you got a young man whose demographic is the demographic that's leaving.
Yeah.
And he's telling you right in your face, and you're still trying to be stuck on stupid, you know, talking about stuff that's long gone.
He's the demographic. He's the
demographic.
You're trying to tell the... Okay.
But he's telling you, we don't like to be talked to that way. Why are you still doing it? And they're like, I don't think he's going to lose the black vote. Look, when he won the first time, he had 8% of the black vote. When he lost the second time, he had 12% of the black vote. Now I think it's over 20%. It's going the wrong direction, idiot.
He said that it's not trending. It's not trending in the wrong direction. Are you crazy? You just don't want to see the numbers then? You honestly
see the amount of videos that black people are scolding Barack Obama.
I want Barack Obama and every Democrat out there to know you do not own black people.
The Democrats then unleashed Barack Obama into the wild to shame us black men for not supporting Kamala Harris, despite the fact that she's yet to unveil any policies. I don't have to vote for Kamala because she's quote unquote black, just like I shouldn't have voted for yo. Because you got up there, you tap dance for the establishment, and you ain't do a goddamn for the black people that put you in office. You, brother.
I spent 7 years of my life fighting your administration, you and Biden, by the way, for my husband's military benefits. My daughter died because of Obamacare. I don't give a about you.
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. So I'm not voting for that individual.
What you thought you was doing, Barack Obama? Boy, you done stepped out there. All you did was black men off, bruh. All you did was black men off. Why y'all think the American people why y'all think the Democrat Party own black folk? The Democrat Party don't own black folks, bruh. What you thought you was doing with that?
The audacity of you to say to us that we are required and we better vote for Kamala Harris and that we don't want to see a woman in a position of power. You are a liar.
And we've been saying that. We've been saying that, look, these people are not for you. They are not for you. Mm-hmm. They are pandering to you. Mm-hmm. They are doing nothing for you. They come out every 4 years to lie to you about reparations that you don't get and don't deserve. So just move on. Yeah. And so it looks like to me that black men under 30 are starting to say, I want to be successful. I don't really need reparations. I need a way forward.
Are not getting,
and Trump seems to have that way.
Black people, you're not getting reparations.
Given it to you.
Carrot that they have been dangled in your face for years, and it's not not a thing. So let's stop talking about reparations and figure out how your groceries are going to be a normal price again.
Right.
Oh, I know. How about we get more concerned about having our jobs stay in America? Oh,
or be energy independent, or closing our border.
Let's try it. Let's try to make America great again. Yeah.
It's just a bunch
You're
of BS.
worried about reparations, and I'm worried about what's happening right now.
You want a slave? Move on. It's time to turn the page, as Kamala says.
Time to turn the page.
Anyway, I could go on and on about this, but
leave some comments below,
y'all know, stupid. Everybody's watching us is voting for Trump anyway. Trump 2024. Ain't nobody really vote for her.
Leave some comments below, you guys. Let us know what you think.